Artesian Builds is dead, and I mean dead. There's literally no coming back from everything that just unfolded. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, of course, we're going to be talking about the downfall of Artesian Builds. Now, we've covered a situation with Artesian Builds in 2 videos here on the channel, talking about a situation where a live stream from the CEO, Noah Kantz, went viral, where essentially the company shamed a small ambassador for the brand, a Twitch streamer, for not having enough sales or realistically any sales with the company, and then denied her the rightful winnings of the giveaway they were doing for a new free brand new PC. Now, this was actually major news, and it got reported by mainstream outlets even. This was something that was huge, and it was actually what introduced me to the brand in the first place. I had no idea that Artesian Builds was so big until this situation unfolded, but now that everything is kind of settled and the situation's about a week or 2 old now, we have some pretty major information to come back and report here today. This is a pretty big situation. So first and foremost, to put it simply, Artesian Builds is dead. Their bank accounts and financial assets are completely frozen. All of the staff have been laid off, and there is essentially no future for this company. There's just no way for this company to really make a comeback. So this was pretty crazy news for me to wake up to today, but I guess everything really started with a tweet from the official Artesian Builds account at Artesian Builds about 14 hours ago. We are sad to announce that effective now, we are freezing/suspending all activities. Ongoing is analysis by outside counsels for reorganization to ensure fair treatment for clients, creditors, and employees. We expect more info by month's end. We are open to assistance/investment. So first, we're going to go over these kind of details right here. There's actually some very insane details later in the video, so make sure to stick around for that. But I want to revisit the CEO, Noah Kantz, real quick for the clip that we all have pretty much seen if you've at least been following this situation here. I think we can all agree that in the clip, he pretty much seemed extremely egotistical, and he felt that like Artesian Builds was better than this ambassador, right? Made it out like Artesian Builds was like this A1 premier elite building org, and to be fair, they actually were a lot larger than I thought that they were at the time when I made the video, but everything about that doesn't matter now because this company at the time was basically a week away from just falling apart and not existing anymore. So I just want to say it's very ironic that this guy had such a massive ego and was such a giant douchebag for this to basically be the outcome of his company. You know, he tried to act like he was so much better, so much holier than thou kind of thing. Yet the whole time, Noah here might have actually been avoiding taxes and is possibly being investigated for that, and now his company is completely dead in the water with really no chance of coming back. So the reason I say there's no chance for this company to come back is because pretty much everything is said and done here, right? Like, for a business to operate, number one, you got to have like a cash flow and a good financial situation, which they don't have. And number two, you need a staff that can perform the everyday functions of your business, which, according to what we've heard, is no longer the case either. So yeah, someone could buy Artesian Builds out and try to rebuild the brand, but at this point, it's completely dead, right? Like, they have no cash flow. The business is pretty much aired out on social media for being douches. After this clip goes viral from the previous CEO acting like a dick, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a really good investment at this point. I believe Intel also cut their partnership after that stream. So there's not really anything going for this company. I don't really see why any investor would want to get involved with something like this. It seems like, you know, someone trying to flip a house, right? And it's just completely gutted on the inside. It needs a new roof. It needs everything redone in the kitchen. It needs all new floors. It has holes in the wall. Everything needs repainted. You have to buy all the furniture for it. You gotta, you know, get someone here to take care of the lawn for it and everything. There's so many different issues right now with this fucking house that's collapsed, or in this case, been basically burned down by the owner. It just isn't, it seems like to me at least, worth anyone going in and trying to redo anything with this. So further confirmation of all of this came through Discord. I have a few screenshots that I want to share with you guys here. So in this screenshot is Ember, which is claiming that all employees have been laid off, and they're making some humor out of it, and then also linking a bunch of the staff's PayPal links so that people in the Discord could donate to them after they've lost their job. So when I tweeted this out, people kind of had a laugh about it, right? You know, oh, isn't it ironic that the company that was being so like egotistical and thought they were so up is now in this situation where employees are begging for money? People saying saying, oh, they deserved it for everything that happened, right? Well, I want to go ahead and go on the record as saying these people didn't really do anything wrong, right? Like, these employees simply worked at the company, you know, whatever their function was as an employee in this business, you know, they were just there to get their work done and to get paid. These are not the people who made the inflammatory comments and ripped the giveaway off on stream. These people are just basically innocent bystanders in the situation that have now lost their job because the CEO of their company was a complete tool. So I do feel bad for these people. I do genuinely have sympathy for them because this is not their situation. They should not have to handle it. And realistically, if the CEO didn't screw up, these people would probably still have jobs, right? So I was confused on what exactly led this company to its demise, right? And when I asked one of the admins of this Discord server what happened, you can see on the screen here, have lots of orders, bad PR, cancel culture fuels fire 15 times harder. Lots of orders get canceled, refunds, oh, where the money go, F to pay respects for employees. So I disagree with this being cancel culture. I mean, people saw a business being just completely disregarding of one of its ambassadors and also saw them basically fake and bullshit a giveaway. That's not really cancel culture to say, hey, I'm not buying from this company, right? Like that's not the same thing as someone making a comment 10 years ago and it getting brought up in bad faith to attack them and them losing their career over it. That's what, you know, I think of when I think of cancel culture, but this is the walkthrough basically here. From my understanding, literally all of the cash flow came through basically just the orders for PCs, and since like a bunch of the people who had active orders in started refunding in mass after the clip went out, they started losing all the money that they needed to pay their employees and keep the business running, and all of the profit that they needed to exist was basically disappearing. I'm pretty sure the refunded products also cost them money, and they just pretty much lost everything off of that, right? So this unfortunately is not the end of it though. There's actually some pretty shady things going on in the background, it seems like here, and I want to talk about those. So first and foremost, there are some pretty heavy and serious allegations that the CEO, Noah Katz, the person who was on the stream and basically ruined this company's reputation, may or may not have been avoiding paying taxes, which led to a massive investigation essentially that has potentially frozen the assets of this company. That would completely make sense. Unfortunately, I can't confirm or deny that information right now. It's still basically just word in the grapevine here, but this not only makes a lot of sense, but it also seems to align with the arrogance and the douchebagginess that we saw from the stream, in my personal opinion. Noah seems like just the kind of guy to not pay his taxes. From what I saw personally, he just seemed like a dick, and it wouldn't totally throw me off, but I mean, to be fair, it's not confirmed or denied here, so I don't want to go ahead and run with it here. But that is one of the rumors going around right now on why this entire situation's unfolding. There's also reports that the CEO might or might not have done some more scummy shit. So from what we understand right now, the CEO, Noah, basically tried to run off with customers' money. Now, there's been a lot of reports that essentially Noah tried to shut down any talks of refunding customers with active orders, meaning people would not be getting money back for the machines that they paid for and wouldn't be getting. You have to think, this company, they don't have any employees, so they're not shipping out any computers, they have no one to build them, they have no one to source parts, nothing. They don't even have money in the bank, from what we understand, for people to get their builds completed. So when Noah says, let's go ahead and not give refunds out, what that tells me personally is that he's knowledgeably making a decision in that moment, knowing that people will not be getting their builds, but he wants to take their money. So that tells me he knowledgeably is trying to scam people. And if that's true, then that's fucked up. Now, when we're talking about the scale of how many employees are to be affected by this, from my understanding, it could be upward of 50 employees that are being laid off and probably will not have a job at all with this company ever again, given the circumstances of what happened. And these people are asking for donations because, of course, they have to pay their bills, they have to survive. It's a sad situation for these people, man. I know a lot of people, you know, they don't think that these people are worthy of being, you know, getting sympathy, but they weren't involved in the downfall of this company. As much as people are mad about the clip that we saw and everything, that was all the result of one guy, and that was the CEO, and everything I've heard about this guy makes him sound like a complete jackass to begin with. I don't know how this guy ever led this company to become as significant as it's been to the PC building industry. I mean, of course, it's not NZXT, but they have been doing pretty well for themselves. And it blows my mind that this company was ever successful with it being ran by the guy that was running the entire situation, basically. I mean, it blows my mind that this guy was able to lead a company in the first place, but also to lead them to being successful. Of course, until he completely committed suicide for the company and destroyed virtually everything that these people had been working for. So, as it stands right now, Artesian Builds is pretty much over with. There's no chance of a comeback here. I don't see any possible way. I don't understand why an investor would ever want to step in for a company like this. Their public reputation's completely through the floor. From what we understand, there's tax issues with the business, so there's just more headache on top of the fact that it has virtually nothing that it needs to suffice as a business right now, and whoever invests in it is basically going to have to carry the business from there. Plus, to be fair, why would you ever want to work in business with a guy like Noah, who is known now for basically committing career suicide and destroying this company that was built from the ground up? Why would you want to work with somebody like that? I don't know. I would imagine that any scenario where this company could ever somehow be resurrected, Noah will not be working for the company. And that's really the only way that this company could ever make a comeback. Because as long as this guy is associated with anything to do with this project, it's dead in the water. There's just no chance. As it stands right now, Artesian Builds is completely done. There is no way for this to be, I guess, revived. If you are somebody who has an open order with Artesian Builds, the only thing that I can suggest that you do right now is to contact your bank and go through the process of a chargeback. There's really the only answer right there. I mean, waiting it out is not going to work. You're not getting your product. They've made it very clear that this company is done. Okay, so if you have an open order, you need to tell your bank that there's no way for this order to be fulfilled, and you need to have a chargeback on your card or whatever payment method you used basically done ASAP. So as far as I understand, that's the end of the story for right now. If there's any other major updates to it, I will update you guys. But yeah, I mean, I could have saw this coming, if I'm being honest. If you do feel any level of sympathy for the employees that have been laid off, I do want to go ahead and link a Twitch stream that is doing a fundraiser for Artesian Builds. It was live as of 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm actually recording this video as that's happening, so I don't know if it will still be up by the time this video goes live, but out of chance that it is, or you can still donate and help these people, I just want to go ahead and tell you guys that also on top of everything, the paychecks for these employees were actually frozen, so they're not going to be getting paid for their work. They were also laid off without warning. They basically woke up to the news, from my understanding. So with all that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about Artesian Builds falling apart and signing out.